It's Minnesota week on Halloween weekend for the Wisconsin hockey teams. Both the Badger men and women are hosting the Golden Gophers. The Badger men are off to their best 6-game start in 25 years and up to 14th in the national rankings after sweeping Alaska last weekend at the Kohl Center. On Friday night, the Badgers jumped out to a 3-0 lead after one period of play, but that lead was down to 1 midway through the third when senior Jack Horbach finished a shorthanded effort, and then Ryan Botterill finished the scoring with an empty netter. The Badgers won 5-3. Then in Game 2 on Saturday, it was 1-1 after 1. Freshman goalie Daniel Hauser, fantastic in the second period, stopped 17 shots. Still 1-1 a minute into the third when Logan Hensler ripped a wrister that gave the Badgers the lead. 56 seconds later, freshman Blake Montgomery went through all the Nanooks to score his first goal as a Badger, and again Botterill with an empty netter to finish off a 4-1 victory. So the Badgers are 4-0-2 with Minnesota coming to town. We'll hear from head coach Mike Hastings in just a bit. Meanwhile, the top-ranked Wisconsin women are 10-0, 6-0 in the WCHA after sweeping Minnesota State last weekend 4-0 and 8-0. The Badgers have shut out 7 of their 10 opponents so far and have outscored their opponents 56-6. It likely won't be that easy against the third-ranked Gophers this weekend. I'm Brian Posick, and Mark Johnson is on deck for the Badger Hockey Digest.
The Badger Hockey Digest, presented by UW Health.
Dear Friday, let's put good times in gear. We've got power tailgates to power game days and a trailer backup guide that's the champ of the ramp. Heck, we might even cancel Monday. Toyota Trucks.
Right now, lease a new 2025 Tacoma SR5 for $289 a month or get 2.99% APR for 72 months on a tough new Tundra. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Have you heard people say women's sports are having a moment?
It's not a moment.
Moments are fleeting. They come and they go.
This isn't just a moment.
But success is nothing new at Wisconsin.
History in Wisconsin.
There's a history here.
8 championships.
So let's celebrate women's sports for what it really is.
It's not a moment.
It's not a moment.
It's a movement.
And you're invited to come along for the ride.
UW Health, proud title sponsor of Badger Women's Sports.
Well, the Badgers coming off back-to-back shutouts over Minnesota State last weekend. Mark Johnson's with us here. I know you like the weekend, but still a lot of room for improvement, isn't there?
There really is. I mean, we're now 10 games into the season. Things have gone pretty well up to this point, but from a coaching standpoint, you're always looking to make the product better. And so working with the kids in our practices to pay attention to details, irrelevant of what the score is or who you're playing. And as I always say, if you can play the game the right way, chances are overall you're probably going to be successful. So that's the process we're in. You got to trust the process on a daily basis and work on those things to try to make not only individually better, but collectively as a team better. Yeah. And that's the goal.
Sure. I know you've been riddled with injuries to some key players here of late, but all of a sudden, senior Claire Enright steps up, goes on the top line with Adela Shapovalov and Lacey Eden, and is named the WCHA Forward of the Week, scores her first 2 goals, 5 points. When opportunity knocks, be ready, right?
Yeah, I think not only coaching staff were excited about Claire's weekend, but her teammates were ecstatic. And so, when the award came out yesterday that she was Player of the Week in our league, they were FaceTiming and sending all their messages all around, congratulating on her. But again, it's one of those opportunities for somebody to step up into a different role than they've played the previous 9 games or 8 games, and then take advantage of it. And I was so excited when she scored Saturday, and then again, had a productive weekend on Sunday. So it was good to see her get a chance to get on the score sheet and help us win a couple hockey games.
Yeah, and you can say the same about Finley McCarthy and Hannah Halverson, who scored their first goals of the year.
Yeah, that's the exciting part about Sunday's game, where those kids got on the score sheet. And I know as a former player, when you scored a goal and you help the team have success, it makes you feel better. It helps your confidence grow. And so for those 2 individuals, they've been playing well. It's just a matter of time if they keep being persistent and keep trusting the process that eventually it's going to come, and Sunday it came.
Sure. I know you don't know your lineup as we're taping this right now, but really, as far as getting ready for Minnesota, there's still room for improvement, as we said. Where specifically would you like to be better right now?
Well, I'd like to be healthier. That would be make things a lot more easy. But it's the little parts of the game. So, this past weekend, and, our second period against Mankato on Sunday, we didn't manage the puck well, and we ended up playing in our end, and Ava played really well, or else they would have scored 2 or 3 goals. And so as you look at the team against Minnesota, they're a transition team. If you turn the puck over in certain areas on the ice, especially in the neutral zone, they're going to come at you in a 3-on-2 or a 4-on-2 situation and create a scoring opportunity. So intelligence tells us I take care of the 2 blue lines, I manage the puck in the neutral zone, then the game's got to be quieter from the standpoint of not giving up a lot of quality opportunities. So those are the things you work on. You show film, you get players to understand it, that if I'm in my situation, I have to get rid of the puck. Where's the best area to put that puck? Sure.
This will be a fun weekend because the men and women are both playing Minnesota. A lot of Gophers in town. That's okay, right?
Well, it's good. I mean, as you mentioned yesterday when I was talking with you, that when we go up there late in the second half, it's going to be the same thing in January. Late January, we'll be playing up there, and then obviously our men will be up there. So if you like hockey, it's a good time to be in Madison and watch 4 good games.
Yeah, and the Minnesota women are good. Abby Murphy, 14 goals to lead the country. Hannah Clark has a save percentage near .950. They're 9-1, 5-1. They're ranked 3rd in the country for a reason.
Yeah, they're good. I mean, they've been good for a long time, as everybody has seen. This year, they added some depth in their roster with a couple kids in the transfer portal, which gives them that depth, so it makes them even stronger. So we're going to find out a lot about ourselves in those 2 games this weekend, which, when you come back on Monday, then you got the same thing. You're trusting the process. You're trying to make yourself better. Whether you've won or lost, you continue to do that.
All right, still a few months left in the season. Enjoy the rest of October. Yeah, exactly. That's Mark Johnson. The Wisconsin women against Minnesota, Friday at 6 and Saturday at 2 o'clock at LeBron Arena. The Badger men getting ready for the Golden Gophers as well. Mike Hastings will join us next on the Badger Hockey Digest.
It's the simplest expression. The smallest thing that changes everything. A smile. So easy. A smile lights it up. Apologizes. And welcomes unconditionally. Because the shortest distance between 2 people is a smile.
Thank you.
Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle.
Clear your path to a great career today. Climb to reach your career potential with no loans and no debt, so you can earn while you learn. A Wisconsin Operating Engineer's Apprenticeship is your opportunity to work outdoors and get heavy equipment experience. Partner with your employer for serious pay, great health and pension benefits. Acquire real-world experience while building Wisconsin together. To start your career journey, visit join139.com today.
Well, like the Wisconsin women, the Wisconsin men get Minnesota this weekend. Mike Hastings' squad coming off a sweep of Alaska last weekend. I tell you, Alaska didn't make it easy on you, but when you needed to make plays, in both games last weekend, you made plays and got that home ice sweep.
It was important for us to get off to a good start, finishing off our first 6 of non-conference, and I think we did that. Both games, second periods probably weren't our best, but on Saturday, I loved how we came out. We took advantage of the energy in the building, the people that were there, over 10,000 on Saturday, and gave them something to cheer about. And we did a good job at finishing that game.
Yeah, Logan Hensler comes up with a big goal a minute into the third on Saturday. Here's a kid that just turned 19, a first-round draft choice. He's gone through a lot here since the end of last season to now, hasn't he?
He has, his maturity, and a lot of coaches will talk about what you sometimes fight, which is human nature, and from the end of last year to the beginning of this year, he had a lot of pats on the back, and he had a lot of good things happen to him that he'd gone out and earned. And I really like what his progression's been here over the last month. He's got some things that he wants to work on, which is being a better defender. He's definitely done that, but I think you saw what he could do offensively, and found a way to get us a very important goal.
Yeah, and we found out what Blake Montgomery can do offensively as well. 56 seconds after Logan's goal on Saturday, he darts right through everybody and scores a pretty one, his first as a Wisconsin Badger. He has gifts that you can't teach.
Well, and that was just a little glimpse. You know, I think it was Kukkonen that caught him going through the neutral zone, and he skates so well. And Andrew Gordon with Ottawa was in town for the first game.
Former St. Cloud State Husky.
Yeah, former Husky.
Yep.
And sat down and talked to him about utilizing that speed a little bit more, utilizing his skating ability, and then demanding the puck. And I thought he took that to heart, definitely did it on Saturday. I've seen him have a good week so far this week, so I think he's, you know, playing with a lot of confidence right now.
Yeah, and Ryan Botterill is a young man who has 3 empty net goals this season. So if Wisconsin is ever facing an extra attacker, Mike plans to put Ryan Botterill on the ice. He's finished off 3 for you.
Yeah, he has. And you know what, I'm going to tell you, that line's usually long on who's getting that call. But when you go out and execute, and again, he's had some guys, I thought that was really a big-time play by Jack, who ended up grabbing that, not holding on to it too long, dropping it, and being able to get it over to him, and he's had some help. But I also like the way, you know, Botz's overall game's going right now. It's not just his contributions for an empty netter, it's what he's doing in the other 50, 55 minutes plus.
Sure. All right, Minnesota comes to town off to its worst start in 20 years, 2-5-1. Mike Hastings and Bob Motzko are good friends. Have you spoken with Bobby yet? I'm sure he's going to have the team ready to go.
Yeah, he will. You know, and they're a team that, for me, they're dangerous. You look at them from top to bottom up front. You know, this last weekend they had, I think, one of their top 6 forwards, one of their top 4 defensemen that were out of the lineup. For any of us when that happens, you're not the best version of yourself. So I guarantee you those 2 guys are probably going to be back in the lineup this weekend, and we're starting conference play. And so for us, it's about us taking another step, and the only way we're going to do that is if we play really good hockey here at home.
I know you mentioned the buzz in the building this past Saturday, too. There's a Thursday night game against Minnesota, late night, and then Saturday at 6 o'clock. I know you'd love to see a bunch of folks in Cardinal on Thursday, and then it's a whiteout on Saturday.
Yeah, you know, this place has become very special to me, not only because I'm the coach here, but some of the experiences that I've had when all you people come out and support us. And we do our job. So hopefully we'll see a lot of people in the building on Thursday. I know Saturday, just because it's a Saturday game and we've got the whiteout, will be a little bit better. But we're going to need you on Thursday, so come out to the Kohl Center and we'll try and do what we're supposed to do.
All right, again, the Badgers Thursday night at 8 o'clock. The game is on the Big Ten Network. Saturday face-off at 6. Both games are on the Badger Sports Network and the Varsity Network app. My thanks to Mike Hastings and Mark Johnson. Enjoy Gopher Week and Halloween as well. Stephanie Olson, thank you. I'm Brian Posick. Thanks for watching the Badger Hockey Digest.
This has been a presentation from Learfield,